Hello, hyperspace. My name is Davontos, and it's time to get hyped because this is the Sombra guide. Sombra has finally come out, and I'm getting a really good hang on how to use her. She is already one of my favorite heroes. She is a very, very dangerous hero if she's used correctly. She is very squishy, very vulnerable, but if you play her correctly, she can be a highly effective member of the team and can change games. You're either going to win with a good Sombra or lose with a bad Sombra. And the reason I say this is because there are 3 different ways to use Sombra. Sombra is a lone wolf, which means you're not engaging in a battlefield unless necessary. You're just off on the side doing your own thing. If you feel like engaging, engage, but you're taking a huge risk. Now, Sombra has this machine gun. It looks like an Uzi or an MP7. It's called an MP7. She has this MP7, and it's very, very weak. It's insanely weak. You cannot engage any targets unless they are at low health. Every time an enemy is at low health, you will be able to see them through the walls, as healers can see teammates through the walls. Anytime somebody's at low health, don't charge and take them out. Only eliminate targets if you have to. What you want to focus on doing with Sombra is hacking the health packs and hacking dangerous enemies, such as D.Va, or Reaper, or Reinhardt, Roadhog. Anybody who poses a threat for enemy defense is going to be a target for your hacking. So let's hop into hacking those health packs. Now, when Sombra hacks a health pack, that hacked health pack will stay available for 1 minute, and only teammates of that Sombra can grab the health pack. The enemies can see the health pack, they will see it's hacked, and they cannot grab it. If there is a Sombra on the enemy team, she cannot de-hack a hacked health pack. You have to wait for the timer to drain out. However, you can always go back to the health pack, hack it again, and refill the timer all the way back up to a minute. She can hack up to 4 health packs at once. Now, how this works, when the health pack is hacked, you guys know when you grab the health, it has that little timer that fills up, and once it fills up, the health pack reappears. A hacked health pack boosts the timer speed, so you're going to be grabbing health at a really fast rate, and it works, well, I think like 4 or 5 times faster than it normally would, and it's the same speed for the little health packs and the big health packs. They both fill up at the same rate, but look how fast it's filling up. A hacked health pack is crucial for your team's survival. Therefore, you must only hack the important health packs by your team, and health packs that enemies are most likely to use. Basically, just hack the health packs in high traffic areas, so it'll be beneficial for your team, and the enemies won't have access to those health packs. If Sombra is killed, the hack on the health pack will not disappear. They will still last for its full duration. When Sombra is hacking, if she takes damage, she will instantly stop. Therefore, you cannot run into enemy spawn and start hacking something because you're going to get taken out. With this weak machine pistol or machine gun, she can't get kills to defend herself. That's why I said only engage targets if necessary. Now, Sombra can cloak and turn invisible. When she is invisible, your teammates will see you as a blue silhouette. Enemies will not see you as long as you don't get too close to them. If you get very close to enemies, they will see you as a red silhouette for that brief moment when you're close. Further you go, you'll disappear. When you're invisible, you cannot attack. However, if you receive damage or try to attack, you will become visible again. Sombra cannot hack when she's invisible. When you turn invisible, you'll get a speed boost, and I believe the invisibility lasts for 8 seconds, so it's basically an 8-second speed boost where you can't attack or take damage. If you do, you're going to be vulnerable again. Now, she has a teleporter. This teleporter can be thrown rather far, actually, and it has a cooldown time of, I believe, 12 seconds. If you do not use the teleporter within those 12 seconds, the teleporter will disappear, and you have to wait for the ability to use the teleporter to cool down on its own, which is, I believe, like a 5-second cooldown. So, throw the teleporter down, cloak yourself, run into an enemy territory, hack the health packs, and then get out of there. It's a quick way to go in, do what you gotta do, and get out. You can also do the same technique with her ultimate, the EMP. Now, the ultimate works the same way as if you are hacking other players. Now, when you hack other players, it cancels their ultimate, and it cancels their abilities for, I believe, 5 to 8 seconds? Not too sure on the right time, but it's for a short time. They cannot use their ultis, and they cannot use their abilities. There are different ultis that can still be used regardless if they are hacked. For example, Winston, right? Winston goes ape shit and he gets all angry and he goes red. If you hack ape shit Winston, he's still gonna stay angry. However, if you hack, let's say, Lucio during his sound barrier, it's going to cancel the sound barrier regardless if it's active or not. So different heroes can be hacked depending on what their ultimate is, and it just takes a little bit of experimenting. Same thing with her ulti, she does this huge EMP blast, and if you're caught in the EMP blast, well, you get hacked. Sombra can hack another Sombra. So, for those 3 different playstyles for Sombra, she can either be running around the map hacking health packs, making it beneficial for your team and not so beneficial for the enemies, or she can be running around stealthily picking off weak enemy targets, or she can be running around and just taking out team defenses in general. And if you're a really good Sombra, you can do all 3. Now, there are a lot of questions going about if Sombra is overpowered. In my opinion, she is not overpowered because she is difficult to catch, but when you catch her, she is really easy to kill. She's kind of like Tracer and Genji. Difficult to catch, but if you get a hold of them, they're easy to kill. If you happen to be compromised as Sombra, the best technique I can give is just either try to confuse the enemies and then cloak and get out of there, or just throw your teleporter as far as you can, try to dodge the bullets, and then teleport wherever the teleporter landed. Those are your only 2 options to escape, because you won't fight off most enemies with your weak machine gun. It's just not going to happen. It's too weak. Only used for weak targets. So, when you're playing Sombra, your main priority is hacking the health packs in your team's location. If your team is moving, let's say if you're moving the payload and you have to stick with your team, hack the health packs around the payload, and if the enemies have something like a Reinhardt or a Diva, and they're already in the front lines blocking your team's bullets, hack them immediately. It will break all defenses, making them an easy target for your team to pick off and continue advancing. So, how can you see an invisible Sombra? There are a few ways to do this. If she happens to be pinged by Hanzo's blue scanning pulse arrow and she runs by it, she will be spotted. If she is visible, when Widowmaker activates her ion sights and then turns invisible while Widow's ion sights are still active, you can still see Sombra. And when you're playing Sombra and you actually take that action, you will receive a notification that it says spotted at the very top, which means your invisibility is, well, straight up useless. 76 cannot aim, we're using his tactical visor. 76 cannot aimbot a Sombra if he activates the tactical visor while she is invisible. He has to activate it when she's visible, then if she cloaks, he will still see her. It's the same thing with McCree's Deadeye. So, when you're playing Sombra, you never want to just charge into the front lines. You save that for, like, 76 and Reinhardt. What you gotta do once the match starts is get as far away from your team as possible, and then start hacking those health packs in a way that's beneficial for your team, and not so much for the enemies. And if you see an enemy with a high defense, like a Reinhardt or a Diva, hack them right away, making them an easy target for your team. There's been multiple times that, well, since Sombra just came out, everybody want to take her. I've seen people take Sombra, and then they just like run into the front lines and they never get any kills because, well, her gun is just too weak. You can only pick off weak targets, as I said before. And you're actually going to see really soon, by the way, her teleporter cannot be destroyed once it's deployed. That's an enemy Sombra's teleporter. You can't destroy it. You can trap it, like with Junkrat's Bear Trap and mine, but it cannot be destroyed once it's deployed. You're going to see right here, really soon actually, there's going to be a Reinhardt that spots me, and then I start panicking because I see, well, there's a big Reinhardt chasing me. So, I throw my teleporter, and I get some distance between us, and then I cloak. And when I cloak, he starts chasing after me. I grab a health pack, and he's going to see the health pack disappear because somebody grabbed it. So he's just going to continue going forward, but what I do is I just like make a U-turn and just go around him. It's actually right here. I'm running up, grab the health pack, he sees it, and I just go completely around him, cloaked, and he can't find me. So it's just different techniques and different things you can do to try to avoid combat. Always avoid combat at all times. Hacking first, combat later. Only engage weak enemies. I cannot stress that enough. You don't, even if an enemy is unaware of your presence, you don't engage because they can just turn around and make quick work of you if you don't have a getaway plan. One more thing about her invisibility. Turrets cannot see you when you're invisible. That includes Bastion, Torbjorn's turrets, and Symmetra's little turret pod things. And that's basically about it. If I missed anything, let me know in the comment section below, because there's like so much for this lady. I think I missed a couple things. You can follow me up on Twitter at Davontos, man. There's going to be more Sombra videos up in the future with some handy dandy tips and tricks. And as always, I'll see all of you in the next video. Have a nice day. I'll leave you guys with the gameplay.
escalated. See you later.